problem. Why I take everything apart before I throw it away, just like I said, like that show, to find out what the problem is. So, over here on this side, which we took apart first, this is what's in there. It's good. Steel. So you can see this ripped out right here. But now, why? That's the criminal intent. Why did that rip out? It's strong. There's no voids in it. No knots. What could have made it tear out? Plywood's very stiff. Looks like almost like 5/8 plywood. So after analyzing it, I found the missing link. Being that this one's still intact. Look. It's hard to hold it here. Can you see that right there? The missing link. A bolt is missed from the inside. Just these two. So that means it can flex this way. It can't flex this way rocking, but it can flex this way. So this is exactly what's going on here. What we have a problem is, this is also microfiber. Much more comfortable than the leather, but look what it does. Look at that. And that's just from normal wear and abuse. Plastic armrest. And this sucker was only like $75. I'll put that dish detergent on there, because you know that stuff. That's if you know how to wash dishes even. You'll see that that cuts any of that grease. Now it starts to run off and drip. Look, see the color already? Look at that. So you know we're getting it out. That there is what I would call sweat from the summer, you know? And I don't even sweat, really. That's what they say. So, you know, like when you're doing an athletic type sport, they'll say, oh my God, you don't even sweat. That's what they say. So, it doesn't take much to get all that black crap out. Anyway, you was wondering why I'm showing you how to do this? Well, because if you go to those, say, reviews and stuff that people write, you'll see they don't even know how to put the chair together. So, yeah, why don't you go up to Amazon there or Office Depot and correct all their comments, because it's like, we thought the chair was put together, we can't do that. I'm sorry, there's something wrong with you, that's why. Look how nice and clean that shirt turned out. You can't see it till it dries, but it even took that stain out right there. How nasty that is. Right? And believe me, none of my neighbors, I'd say, I'm 1 out of 25 of my neighbors that actually has a hose. I mean, I don't know how they wash the car, but you know what? When this hose sits out in the sun, see now, this here is paint remover. It's that stiff for boats. It's water-based. It doesn't have them caustic fumes, or it's good for the environment. That's probably why they got it green tinted. So we're gonna put some of this environmentally friendly wash it away paint remover. Bring this chair out and hose this off. See with the hose. Yeah. And now that's what we're gonna do then. Let's see. Let's right in these cracks right around this glue here. Lots easier than scrubbing that. And already you can see Look. See it? Wow, look at that, see? Can you see that better that way? Yes. So, I'm not going to lie to you. Alright, I just wanted to explain to you why this tore out here. So what I did was I put this piece in, it's upside down obviously. But this is the way the armrest goes on. See, it goes into there, to there, to there, to there. And why this tore out is because, see, this part of the armrest is the front, see? And this is the back right here where it's bolted or bridged into the back. So this part here is cantilevering out. So when you'd push up, you don't really push up straight. You push out a little bit. And every time, because it was cantilevering that whole distance there over from where it's bridged into the backrest here, that's why the back one didn't pull out at all. Even though it is a little weak there. I patched this all in here. And now it's actually stronger than it was. This is why I took the chair apart. And yeah, you'll see the one in Walmart for 95 bucks made out of leather is the only thing that I compare this with. So I drew a little pilot hole there. Don't you try that, because if you go to Walmart, you really want to help people. I thought the chair was put together when I bought it, kind of people. Why don't you go there and help them? You can make a response to the comment. This is for all these people with the negative attitudes. You know, they come here. I don't remember asking. Boom. I drew right through that fiberglass cloth and epoxy. You would have to take that and bend it over, because it's going to come up through again like that to the that nice fiberglass. I showed you how I did that with clamps, right? And it did clamp good, but right here it tore some of the plywood off there because I didn't have the plastic wrap all the way extended. So yeah, that's as good or probably even better. It's obviously better than shrink wrapping because I used clamps of like, I'm pretty sure you don't have like 60 pounds of vacuuming power on that vacuum pump, so that's why it's better. Mathematically it is. So at this point, we run this into this, the smallest one we could find, which is this size here, 15-30 seconds. And I believe it's this one right here. Look at that, perfect shot. Show people. Now see how nice that fits in there now, let's see. It's got like a little nut on there. Nah, you could use just the bolt and nut, but the people that made this chair are cheap, and I'm just as cheap as they are. So I'm just going to reuse the old stuff, which in school I think it's called recycling, isn't it? Okay. So at this point, what we're going to do is use the power of, yes, we're going to use moon power. See, look, it's set pretty good. Yeah, because I've been doing this all my life. This must be the 1000th chair I put together. Yep, and now we just merely have to bend that over. Not really, we're going to mix some epoxy. Pound that out again. And we're going to epoxy all this right in there. Yes. So here we mixed up some epoxy and we took a file and filed this, scratched it in other words, so it's going to stick better. And you got to work fast because we're in the sun. And we're just going to epoxy that sucker in there. Get it all over my fingers rather than waste a pair of gloves. See? Make sure we get it down in there too so the bolt doesn't fit. And we'll just put that back in there the same way we did. So just like that one there, we got this one. Remember, that's epoxy, not that polyester stuff. This is epoxy. It's all epoxy. So I guess now that that's in there, we could even, now that that's in there, see, we could just use up the rest of this stuff right around the lip of it there, and it will run down. It's called gravity. See, it is. It's actually running down like he said, just like gravity. And yeah, so I made some photographs there. I hope you like the sound. So let me know if those photographs worked for you or not. Seems to work for everybody else, so that's why you need to let me know. Because I already know the answer, don't I? So we got this goopy thing, a whole set of them for like under 10 bucks. This is the big one. So we're going to put this down in here with any kind of hammer. It's a 2-pounder, nice and heavy because it's pretty long, you know. And that's going to spread them like a mushroom. You need to pull that up in there nice and tight. Even without epoxy. Almost like at the factory, the way the machine did it. So you see, we got that just as perfect as this one, even better. And this is where it was all tore out. And like I said, the epoxy hardens real quick in the sun. And we bent those over with a punch. We used that other thing to spread them down through, but once they were spread, they were already on that angle, bending out. So we just tapped them over with a punch. And too bad the epoxy hardened too fast. We could have even got a better job. So all in all we got to do is stick that bolt in there. Look at that. You know, I'm just so impressed. You thought we were going to get epoxy in there and would have had Chase it out with a tack, huh? Nope. So this is 3/8 we're going with. Basically, you know what it is? So see, we're using this. So here we put the blue stuff on. Beautiful. Yeah, you don't want that thing getting loose when you put the upholstery all together. You're not going to do anything, because I've seen your comments on Amazon and yeah, Walmart. Go there too. Geez, I thought the chair was put together. And another nut. Yeah, that driving around stuff uses up gas. You don't really have no place to go either. Who you kidding? I'm going to check out one of my neighbors over there too after I'm done this. Because I waved to him and he didn't wave back, and he's got one of those neo-Nazi haircuts. So I'm finding him a little suspicious too. I can't tell you how I'm going to check him out, but yeah, you know the deal. Damage. That sort of thing. Yeah, nice. That tightens that up. Hell yeah. And also, 14 millimeters, the same as 9/16. Yep. Exactly the same. Yep, now I'm going to get the cutoff saw, cut these off, and grind these just a bit flatter in here. That's it. That's it then. Then we got stapled back together. You can see how much cleaner it is already. The sun's cooked it. I'll just let that go just as it is. Yeah. Looking at my hands, we don't want too much dirt. Don't come to me and give me advice here anymore, you mean son of a bitches. And the rest of you, I'm sorry about that, but you know they're getting just what they want. They're trying to make me into something far worse than that, though. So, you know, you gotta stand up and fight for your rights when they get that bad. Big set. With 12, which also, I'll tell you, ticks me off because it only goes up to 12, and 13 is a very common metric number in bolts. And notice how I'm not putting them in tight, even if I got the impact, because I already know about this kind of problem. Try and line up 4 bolts at the same time. And notice how I put them in by hand tight too. First. Yes, and now see how I do that? There it is. There she be. And these bolts that were never installed, the missing links, which will strengthen it. I stapled it back together, took all the mung off, all the mung's gone, washed out, dried in the sun. Let's see if we did get it right. So here it is, my office computer chair. It's finished. It works pretty good. The only thing is this hydraulic pump just don't work. So other than that, it's at my height. I got all that mung cleaned off and stuff. See, it's nice and clean. It's all not full of mung on the handguards or anywhere. So that's how you want to clean your chair and fix it. Now we're set. You can watch the computer now. What I like is the way it tilts back. Then it has this adjuster on. So believe me, even though the hydraulic thing doesn't work, it's froze in that position that I keep it set out anywhere. It doesn't go under the table if it's too high. These arms will hit. Yep. So it's perfect height anyway.